Hi guys, 18 Dap here and welcome to this match preview for this Saturday's League 2 fixture. It's Rochdale versus Doncaster Rovers. Let's get the video started. So guys, welcome to this match preview, Rochdale versus Doncaster Rovers in League 2 this Saturday. Hopefully it's going to be an entertaining fixture, two teams in differing positions, but we will get into that throughout the preview. If you are an existing subscriber, thank you so much for sticking around and supporting the channel. It is greatly appreciated. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers, and on that, if you're new to the channel and this video has brought you here, please click subscribe so you don't miss any future content. There will be a match day vlog. I am going to Rochdale tomorrow. Looking forward to it. So yeah, click subscribe if you enjoy this and you want to see more. If you are new to the channel, this is the format that we go through match previews, look at previous meetings between the two clubs, current form across all competitions. I say a few words about a Doncaster Rovers player, and then I choose my one to watch for the opponent, in this case Rochdale. But you know your club much better than what I do, so please, if you think I'm missing the mark and there's somebody else that we should be looking out for in tomorrow's fixture, pop them in the comments down below. I do read them. I try to reply to as many as possible. And then to finish the video off, we've got three predictions. The predicted team lineup thanks to FanHub, predictions league table that me and the family do. There's a little update on that, and then the all important score prediction at the very end. So without further ado, let's get into previous meetings. Rochdale and Donny have faced off a total of 117 times across our history. Rovers have got the edge in this fixture, 58 wins, 38 defeats, and we've shared the spoils on 21 occasions. And when we drill down into the more recent 5 fixtures, Rovers out on top on these as well. Go back to 2019 in League 1, it was a 5-0 hammering at the Keepmoat Stadium, and then later on in 2019 in August, in the 1920 season, it was 2 1-1 draws away from home and at home. That will not be good enough tomorrow for the Rovers, in my opinion. And then 2021 January, it was a 1-0 win at home, and then in May of 2021 it was a 2-1 win away from home. So 3 wins, 2 draws over the last 5. It's a good omen. Hopefully we continue that decent form against Rochdale tomorrow. Current form across all competitions, fairly similar in all fairness, over the last 5. Look at Donny, 3 defeats and then 2 wins coming into this one. Look at Rochdale, a draw, 2 defeats and 2 wins coming into this one. So wins in the Papa John's Trophy, wins in the league coming into this one for both teams. So could be tighter than a lot of people think. For the Rovers, decent reaction last week to the 3 straight defeats. Does release a little bit of pressure on McSheffrey, but I honestly think failing to get a result in this one will just heap it all back on. I've said that I want 7 minimum points from the 3 games. We've already got 3. We've got Rochdale tomorrow and then Hartlepool on Tuesday. So for me, at a minimum, a draw, but I think we need to be getting all 9 points from those 3 games. So yeah, failing to get a result tomorrow will heap all that pressure back on McSheffrey, and the questions will come again of if he's the right man for the job with the squad that he's got. The 4-1 scoreline last Saturday against Crawley did flatter the Rovers a little bit, in my opinion. I don't think we were really particularly any good. Crawley were just much worse than what we were. Probably one of the worst teams that I've seen down at the Eco Power Stadium this season. But the change in shape seemed to work well, and hopefully the good win in midweek before that in the Papa John's Trophy at League 1 Lincoln should give the squad a boost of confidence coming into these 3 fixtures. Leyton Orient after Hartlepool, which is going to be a tough one, but yeah, much needed points to get on the board, so I'm hoping for a win in tomorrow's fixture. Moving on to Rochdale, a tough start for the season saw Rochdale take an early decision, a very early decision, to part ways with Robbie Stockdale, and that was after the 1-0 defeat to Stevenage, and that was 16th of August that they decided to part ways with their manager. I think he'd only had 4 league games, but it was 4 defeats, and they did look a team completely lost. I follow a few people on social media from the lower leagues, and they weren't happy. So I think it was the right decision, because Jim Bentley's come in and has been in charge of 6 games, and there's been a turn in form. It's seen Rochdale win, lose and draw 2 games each in those 6. So potentially steadying the ship a little bit, and Rochdale maybe turning a corner. So it could be a tough fixture tomorrow. It wasn't particularly convincing though, the win in the league. It was a penalty scored and a penalty saved, and that was really the story of the game. Nothing major to talk about in that fixture, so hopefully that's the same tomorrow, and Donny can capitalise on that and get a few goals. So Jim Bentley for me, steadying the ship, and hopefully Rochdale start climbing the table, but after tomorrow's fixture. Moving on to the player profile, for this one I've gone with Joseph Olowu, 22 years old, and for me he was one of the most improved players, and is continuing to do so over the last 18 months and into this season. I think our defence seems much more confident and much more solid when he's in it. Roshan Williams next to him seems much more confident with Joe beside him. Bobby is a young lad. I think he's got a promising future ahead of him. But I think Roshan and Joe just seem a better unit, and I think the bounce off each other and that confidence is evident when they're both in the back four. Joe as well gets forward in set pieces and he causes problems. He's scored against Crawley a decent header. I don't know if it did get chalked down as an own goal or not. I don't think it did. It came off the post, hit the keeper and went in, but it was there. He got on the end of it, and you've got to mention that he loves getting the crowd going at the end of a game after a win, and I think that connection with the crowd is extremely important, to get fans on side and get kind of that atmosphere going, and we need to be that 12th man, and I think Joe gets that connection and improves it. So yeah, Joseph Olowu is my player profile this week. Hopefully he gets on the score sheet once again tomorrow. Moving on to the opponent's one to watch. So as I said, you know your club much better than what I do, so please in the comments down below if you think I'm wrong with this one, but I have gone with James Ball, 26 years old, centre midfielder, 13 appearances this season, 2 goals, 2 assists. Normally it's kind of expected that you go with the top scorer or the person who's created the most, but I've gone with James because I think he's got that leadership quality. He's not the captain, but I think you need players like him in the squad who are there wanting to fight and wanting to kind of do the dirty work in the midfield. He's come out this week with a rallying call saying that it's now time to show Rochdale climbing up the table. As I say, hopefully it starts after this weekend, but like I say, players like this are vital to the team and the full squad dynamic. So he's got ability, he's a decent player, but I think he's just the one to watch because I think he could be pulling Rochdale through a lot of games by the scruff of the neck. So yeah, James Ball is the one to watch for me. Moving on to the predicted team lineup, this is thanks to FanHub. If you've not downloaded the app yet, please go ahead and do so. Plenty of features to get your teeth stuck into and enjoy. But I'm just going with the predicted team lineup for tomorrow's fixture, and I'm going unchanged from the win against Crawley. I think the changing system worked. I think he's got to stick with that. So that's Mitchell in goal, a back four of Noyle, Williams, Olowu and Maxwell, a midfield four of Kyle Hurst, Adam Clayton, Ben Close, who was fantastic in his first game, well, his first league game back in a long time, and Molyneux to make up that midfield four with George Miller and Kieran Agard up top. I think 2 up top worked. Miller had that support and he wouldn't have scored his second goal if Agard wasn't on the pitch. So hopefully McSheffrey's seen that and we go with a 2 up top once again. So yeah, that's my predicted team lineup for tomorrow's fixture. Moving on to the Predictions League table. So if you're new to this, me and the family predict the scoreline for every league game. If we get it spot on, we get 3 points. If we get the outcome of the game right but not the result, we get 1 point. If we get it completely wrong, no points. And we all went with wins against Crawley, so no change in the table. None of us got the scoreline spot on though, so it's only a point each. So Max is leading the way on 12 points, Chris and my dad joint second on 8, and then I am bottom on 7 points. It's still tight. Hopefully I get the scoreline spot on this time and none of the family get their scoreline right. And that takes me on to my score prediction to round this video off, and I think Rochdale are starting to turn a corner. As I say, steadying the ship and it's starting to kind of settle things down a little bit. Hopefully we can hit them quickly, knock the confidence a little bit, and then run on to a victory in tomorrow's fixture. As I say, we need the points. McSheffrey needs the points to keep the pressure off at the minute. I think we're going to do it. I really do. I am going to stick my neck out. I'm going for an away win and a decent scoreline as well. I'm going Rochdale 1, Doncaster Rovers 3. We will see if I'm right in tomorrow's match day vlog. But that's where I'm going to leave this one. If you've enjoyed it, please stick a big thumbs up on it for us, please. Comments in the section down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.